Well, look, let's get more on this with the three-time league champions with the Gunners, David Seaman. Morning, David.
Morning, Dave.
Morning, guys. You okay?
Yeah, good, thanks, man. Yeah, well, it's interesting, isn't it, now? People are criticising Mikel Arteta for, seemingly being, well, in Jamie Carragher's words, sort of Mourinho-esque. But in past seasons, they've been called too soft. This season, they avoided losing at Man City with 10 men. They didn't lose against Liverpool despite all their injuries and Gabriel going off. They won at Tottenham with 36% possession. So this side's showing just how tough it is and resilient.
Wilson. And around us, you could feel the tension, especially in that second.
We've lost Dave there.
Oh.
What I was going to say to him was...
Sorry, we've lost David for the moment.
From a worrying thing from Arteta's point of view, the 2 goals they conceded are Sunday league goals, by the way. One's from a corner, flick on, that you'd see in the park on a Sunday morning, when Havertz doesn't get to the ball first in the hole. If that happened to any coach, they would be annoyed. And the second goal is a 40-yard ball in between your fullback and your centre-half, and Nunez gets in on goal.
But it's a real makeshift back four. When you bear in mind, no Saliba, you've got Partey playing at right back, you've lost Gabriel, so you can excuse them defensive mistakes, can't you?
That goal wouldn't have happened if they'd had their normal partnership, the 2 centre-backs, because the ball is just a straight ball from Trent. I know it's a good... He's picked Nunez out, but to run a striker running in between your fullback and the centre-half and getting in on goal, turning and facing the centre-half, that doesn't happen very often.
But it's
a bad goal.
It does seem to me, the sort of point I was trying to make to David there, it seems to me Mikel Arteta can't win because... the last couple of seasons they've been called, too soft when it comes to the crunch. This season, they're showing they are just the opposite.
Yeah, and if you turn the clock back to Bayern Munich away, Arsenal fans will remember this, getting beat 5-0 when they had Ozil in the middle of midfield. That team they had, soft touch, they were called. Go away from home. Can you get a 0-0 at Bayern Munich? Get them back to Arsenal and beat them in the second leg. But they're 5-0 down. Could have been 10. So I think he's doing a great job. You've got to get past Man City. When you look at Jeff, Man City's bench Saturday was ridiculous, and then the injury list below the bench was Rodri, Grealish, Doku. It was all 6 of them would have started, not even on the bench. Their squad is unbelievable, and he's got to get past them to be successful. I think he's doing a great job.
Yeah, Roy Keane said this weekend. He said, do Arsenal have the belief and conviction that they can challenge City? I don't see it. I disagree. I do see it. I do think they have the belief and conviction. They might be wrong, but...
I think they can, but they're definitely not as good a team as Man City. They haven't got as good a squad as Man City. When I've just named it there, the bench that Man City have got. And then what Pep seems to be able to do well, obviously you need a squad, but some players can't accept not playing. The minute they show any sign of, Jesus, off you go then. The left back, sent him to Bayern Munich. If you're in the squad, you're in the squad and you're used. And was it Alvarez? In the end, he's gone, enough's enough. I want to play. So that's what Pep's been able to do. Keep players who aren't playing. How long's Grealish going to carry on without starting every week? You feel like Grealish at some point is going to go, I need to play. Calvin Phillips was there for a long time, didn't play. But they've definitely got a better squad than Arsenal. And somehow, he's got to get past them. So it's difficult. Only one team can win the league.
Yeah. Jamie's text has said, how can Jamie Carragher or Alan Pardew criticise Arteta for playing slightly more negatively in the second half? We had both our centre-halves out and both of our full-backs out. Everyone's always saying Ange has to adapt in games, yet when Arteta does it to protect a point in difficult circumstances, he gets dug out. Would you rather he went for the game and lost 4-1?
Well, Thomas Partey against Diaz.
Yeah.
If they played again on Saturday, you'd fancy Diaz to get the better of him, wouldn't you, if they played again next week?
Yeah.
You've got Salah on the other side. You'd fancy Salah to play well. And then you've got Nunez, who's a handful against Ben White and, Gabriel. So, you could argue they've done well to get a point.
Yeah. And Warren, who I'm guessing is a Liverpool fan in Colchester, he makes a point. Quite a few of made saying, it's Arsenal bias. Liverpool had injuries too. Alisson's out, Jota's out. Mentions Harvey Elliott. And of course, there are others as well. Alisson and Jota are the key too, because Harvey Elliott is not a regular starter in the same way. You can't compare his absence to the absence of Martin Odegaard, for example. But yes, Liverpool had injury issues as well. I happen to think that Liverpool's squad is probably deeper than Arsenal's. Let's have a word with a Liverpool fan, Stuart, who's in Warrington. Morning, Stuart.
Morning, Stuart.
Good morning, gentlemen. Morning, Dino. How are we?
Very good.
What are you got to say, Stuart?
I'm just listening to Mikel Arteta coming back up the M42 and the M6 last night after the game, and I just can't believe these whinges about my injuries. He had one injury yesterday, and the other one was a red card because Saliba hacked someone down on the halfway line.
Well, he didn't have one injury yesterday. That's nonsense to say so. Odegaard wasn't playing, Calafiori wasn't playing, and you're quite right that Saliba had a red card, and of course they lost Gabriel halfway through.
So you can't really say he's gone into a game with a load of injuries when he's losing players for acrobatically diving around from the merest of touches, which is what went on yesterday. And were they injured? That's my concern, because the dark arts come out very, very quickly yesterday. Half time, it was all a bit, we'll go down now. How Luis Diaz put Thomas Partey on his backside that many times, when you look at the size difference, was worrying, shall we say.
Do you know what I would say, though? There's no such thing as the dark arts. I mean, every day in training, right? For 15 years, I was ref every day as a coach. Whether I was manager or assistant manager, I was the ref. Hardest job in the world, because they all cheat. Every single player, every day, cheats. They'll do anything to win a five-a-side. They're bred to win. They know the consequences of not winning, and they know the consequences of winning. And they go up a league or they go down a league, so they all cheat. So it's not dark arts, it's just normal.
Stuart, thanks for the call. Appreciate it, mate. By the way, I know people are saying Arsenal players went down too easily, stayed down too long. And it's certainly an accusation you can level at them. But I would say, too, first half, Alexis McAllister went down, rolled around for a long time in the hope that the game was going to be stopped. There was absolutely nothing wrong with him. It just happens. And please, don't come back and have a go if you're a Liverpool fan or an Arsenal fan, because every team
They shouldn't stop the game for cramp.
No.
They shouldn't stop it for cramp.
They shouldn't stop it pretty much for anything unless it's a serious injury or a head injury. And unfortunately, what happens now as well is that people take advantage of the fact we stop the game for a head injury, rightly. And when they go down, they'll hold their head, even if the head's not being touched. I don't know what we do about that, because with a head injury, you rightly should stop the game, as you should with a serious injury. But other stuff, carry on.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.